Okay. Looks like we are live. Aloha, friends. I see folks in the chat. So, yep. Give me a shout if you're seeing and hearing everything all right. Everyone, welcome to 5 at 5. Today, I'm really excited. We have a special guest. We have Ukulele SHO. He's going to join us today and share some of his amazing music. He's an ukulele player from Austin. I met him back in Austin in, I think, 2018. So we'll chat a little bit about his ukulele journey, and he'll share some music. And we'll even try to do one of our across the internet duets if we can. Okay, welcome everyone. So I am gonna kick things off with a song that I'm gonna teach tomorrow for our Patreon monthly lesson. And this is a song from my Ukulele Days record. If you haven't seen it, I'll show you the vinyl after the song. This is a song written by the great Bob Marley, and this is called Redemption Song. To the merchant ships, minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom, all I ever had? Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Ooh, some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom, all I ever have? Redemption songs, all I ever have. These songs of freedom, songs of freedom, redemption song, redemption song. All right. I first played that back in 2015 when I did my first 100 Days of Ukulele project. And then from that project, we took some songs, put them on a record. Oh, put it this side. That record is called Ukulele Days. It has a very cool vinyl. Look at that. It's beautiful. I love looking at it. Oh, so um, yeah. So from the songs on this record, I have taught many of them to my patrons, or taught them on YouTube. And tomorrow I will teach that one to the patrons for our monthly all levels live lesson. You can hear it has some picking, some tabs, some cool rhythmic strumming, and it's just a meaningful song, so I am excited to teach it. So if you're a patron, please join us tomorrow for that lesson. And before the lesson, we do this Zoom social, and if you'd like to meet some other patrons in person on Zoom, then join us. It's just a fun way to chat a little bit before the lesson. I've gotten to know several patrons that way, and it's fun to put faces with names. You know, you see people in the chat, and it's fun to see who they are in real life. Yeah, we love the Zoom socials. Yes, we do. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to bring on our guest. I'm going to actually cut my mic here. Okay, and where is our guest here? Ukulele SHO, where are you? Here we go. We have SHO.
Hello, everyone. I'm SHO Humphreys. Nice to be in front of you. Thank you, Cynthia Lynn, for having me on today.
So pro. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you. You did all the work for me. Everybody give it up in the chat. Lots of emojis for SHO. I mean, you haven't heard him yet, but let me tell you, he is an amazing player and a sweet individual that we met way back in 2018.
Something like that.
An event in Austin. I'm wearing my Austin Ukulele Society shirt. So why don't I turn it over to SHO? Why don't you show us what you do, SHO?
All right. So first of all, when I met Cynthia Lynn in like 2018, I'd only like vaguely was like aware. I was like, oh yeah, she does like YouTube. She has like songs and like teaches and stuff. And I saw her play and I was like, wow, her music is really beautiful. So I'm really honored to be here on a live stream with you, first of all. Second, I don't want to talk too much before I play. I'll let this guy do a bit of talking too. But I want to start, I guess, towards the beginning of my journey on the ukulele, with the title track of my first album called Making Summer Memories. And this has kind of become one of the themes in my ukulele playing. I think I want to, at some point in this, back up and talk about how I got to writing this song. But for now, what I really want to convey with this is Making Summer Memories is all about just a song about having fun playing this lovely instrument. I really like the ukulele. I'm sure you guys do too. And for me, this song, every little section of it, I wanted to do something a little bit like in a different style, but combine it all into like one upbeat song that I can have fun playing, and hopefully you guys will enjoy listening to it as well. So here's a song I released 5 years ago now called Making Summer Memories. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
I'll go back to the split screen so it's not me wooing from the ether there. Folks out in the chat, let me know if it sounds balanced and okay out there. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn down my own headphones here because I can
Yeah. And in the
hear them
meantime,
feeding
I
back.
appreciate, I can't quite read the names from here, but I'm seeing people saying things like terrific melody and very catchy show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the song.
Yay! Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the journey. When
Yeah.
did you start playing?
So I've been playing ukulele for about 10 years now. I'm 19. I started ukulele when I was 9 or so, give or take. I think I got one for my birthday. It's a little fuzzy, but that's what my parents say. They gave me an ukulele for my birthday. It was like a cute little red one. I still have it. I call him Cherry. He's adorable. Um, um, but yeah, I just got started, first learning classics like, Over the Rainbow, stuff like that. My parents actually met in Hawaii. They were both studying there. They met there. They married
Oh,
there.
I didn't
So
know
they
that.
have,
How cool.
so yeah. I don't have like family ties really to Hawaii. I don't really have any cultural legacy from there. But I do have parents who have a strong emotional,
Yeah.
uh, sentimental tie to Hawaii. So I grew up around Hawaiian music. I grew up with my mom strumming the ukulele. So
Oh, your
I
mom plays.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
She wouldn't go out and perform.
Uh-huh.
She's kind of, both my parents are actually a little shy to be on camera. But they do often, especially my mom. She actually teaches piano lessons too. So I grew up with someone who knew music, in the house. And my mom did actually first try to teach me piano, by the way, when I was like 3. I hated it. I just, something about it, I don't know. I would not come to appreciate piano until I came back to it once the pandemic began. Even though
Oh,
I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. Don't mistake that to mean I'm good at it. I
no,
just came
totally.
to appreciate the instrument.
The same here. I
But to
took
go back to
took
where we
lots of
started.
lessons, but I took lots of piano lessons, but it never really stuck. So
Yes, I get that. You have to play it and you have to love it for it to really stick. So
yeah.
yeah, to go back and actually answer your question, I started when I was 9. But what really got me playing the ukulele is Jake Shimabukuro. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen his music, and you can probably tell from at least a little bit from how I play and what ukulele I'm playing, that I I definitely started as a huge Jake fan person. I
What was the first Jake arrangement you learned?
Well, so Gently Weeps, While My Guitar Gently Weeps was the first one I saw, and I dove into that. I had 2 of his album transcriptions that included While My Guitar Gently
Oh,
Weeps.
can you
So I
play a
kind of
little
just
right
ended
now?
up learning both of those albums pretty much in their entirety. Just, I don't remember how long it took, and it's not like I did it down perfect or anything, but I learned so much just from being obsessed with him that I started to be able to take that knowledge and start making my own songs and arrangements. So I don't remember exactly when I started. I mean, it's up there, you can look. But I started a YouTube channel pretty early on to me
Mm-hmm.
playing ukulele. And I think the first 2 songs I uploaded were original songs that I wrote, um,
Oh, that's
that are also
awesome.
yeah. I was pretty proud of myself then. And I ended up, revisiting those songs and recording it on the Making Summer Memories album when I eventually recorded that.
Wait, so
But
you said your album is 5 years old.
yes,
So you released it when you were 14.
yes,
Yum. So, and we met in 2018. So you were 15?
yes, that
Yeah.
seems about right.
Yeah. So when I met Sho, he was already playing me under the table, you know? I mean, I don't profess to be any kind of ukulele virtuoso at all, but I met him. He had this like amazing ko'olau guitar, ukulele, was it the volcano? He had like a very
Yes.
special, is it back there? You want to show them? And when he came up to me and said like, oh, like, you know, I think you said something like, I'm inspired by your playing. I was like, what? No way. Given the way you play.
Yeah, and
So,
I mean, what little I had heard from you was very beautiful.
oh, thank
Um,
you.
and I think you released Aquamarine like a few weeks or months later after we met. And I
Oh,
remember really falling in love with that song.
aw, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you play beautifully and you sing very beautifully and you put that together in your compositions and it's really nice.
Aw, thank you. Um, do you want to share something that's instrumental? Or
Yeah.
would you say your
So
instrumental style is, I guess, from the Jake school, or is it developed in a different way?
it definitely started there because I did not listen to like music with lyrics for the most part, except for whatever my parents would put on, until I hit high school, which was 5 years ago now. So um, Jake Shimabukuro and other instrumental ukulele players like Taimane Gardner and Kale Gamiao really inspired me. So, I tried to do my own thing as much as I could, but I can't help but, especially going back and listening to how I arranged some of the stuff, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like Jake Shimabukuro. Especially, I had some covers that I was posting on YouTube, just filming in this room actually, that some of them got picked up quite a bit. But I feel like on one hand, yeah, they're my arrangements. But on the other hand, you can see that I'm using the. Oops, you can't hear me. Can you hear me? My playing?
No. What? We lost the uke. That's weird.
Now can
There
you
you
hear?
go. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, so I can hear like a lot of like I had an arrangement of like Crow Angel's Thesis, which I won't play. It's because I don't want to get the stream taken down for copyright. But I was using a lot of the shapes from While My Toe Gently Weaves. And I was basically just taking the chord shapes from Kaligamiao, Taimane Gardner.
Would it get
Jake
taken
Shimabukuro.
down? Have you had takedowns from that song?
Not necessarily. But especially like actually the Beatles. I should have thought of this.
Yeah.
YouTube is very heavy to like demonetize stuff.
Oh, don't worry about it.
With
I think
covers.
you should
Okay.
play it. Play a little. Play a little.
Okay. I won't play it a little bit, but it's just I had a chorus that's like. Like even this is straight out of like Gently Weaves, the arrangement, the end of it. So I would like use that arranged stuff. But I think some of my compositions when I started writing music is when I started to drift away from that. So that was quite a tangent. To get to my next song that I'm going to play, I want to play for you a relaxing song called Saturday Morning, in which I'm pretty much, for the most part, strumming basic chords, just but I tried to make something that was like relaxing and pretty, that was encapsulated the feeling of waking up without an alarm.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
It's just waking up. No, you don't have to worry about things. You can just get up, strum the ukulele, have a nice start to your day. So that's what this song is about. I originally recorded it on the Making Some Memories album, but I actually revisited this on my EP that I put out last summer called Dream Again. And I felt like I needed to revisit it with my current skills and playing, even though I didn't really change the song that much, because I felt like I could play it a lot better now.
So cool.
So I hope you enjoy
All right, here we go.
the song. It's
What's it called
Saturday
again?
Morning.
Saturday morning. Here we go.
Thank you.
one
And all
person
the people in the
fan
chat,
base.
thank you very much. I wasn't reading it when I was talking with you, but I was looking down when I was playing. I was seeing all these nice comments scrolling by, so thank you.
Yes, let's give it up for the 5 at 5 fan base here. Everybody in the chat, you guys are awesome. Always here, always supporting me and doing what I love to do. And everybody knows, or if you don't know, my mantra is to follow your passion, and that's one of the reasons why I have Sho on here today. Because even when I met him, he was 15. You already released an album at that point, already very clearly following his passion. And I really believe that that's the most important thing you can do for yourself, that you can empower yourself creatively, and meaning that you can do whatever you want to do. You just put your mind to it, and that it takes practice, right? It takes hard work to get wherever you need to go, and you just keep pursuing that. You can see, from your own journey, right, that you started early, but you are still on that journey of developing your voice, right?
Yes.
So, coming from, let's say the Jake School, right, and then starting to carve out your own voice, where did that lead you? I know you started performing when you were pretty young as well, right?
So with the release of my album, I've done a couple shows before then, but I contacted my mom's friend. Just happened to own this Japanese cafe called Saten Coffee and Eats, and I'm actually performing there again in like a week and a half with some friends of mine. I'll be posting about it soon.
Oh, it's in Austin?
If you happen to be in Austin, if you guys catch that, I'll probably live stream it too.
Oh, good.
But
Okay.
anyway, I did like an album release show there, and I was like, this is awesome. This is great. I should do more of this. And, I got lucky with a lot of really supportive people helping me out. And, it probably helped that I was like young and cute and playing the ukulele. But, a lot of people really believed in me. And especially the front, Peelander Z. There's this band that bills themselves as
I love them.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they supported me a lot, especially their frontman Yellow.
Oh my
And
gosh. How'd you get connected with them? They're a Japanese, kind of like punk
they're Japanese
band.
too, and apparently everyone Japanese just knows each other in this town. But he was, very supportive. He's like, "You're really cool. You should open for us," and stuff like that.
I love that.
So I ended up playing in like bars when I was like 15,
Yeah.
16. So, I got the X's drawn on my hand and I performed there. And, I guess that's when I started to develop my own voice because, I was performing even, with a set that had like 3 Jake songs minimum on it. I was starting to put my own spin on this stuff, and I was writing more of my own songs, arranging more songs. People were starting to come up to me and say stuff like, "Hey, can you play my wedding?" And I was like, "I'm 15. What do you mean you want me to play your wedding?" But they asked that. They really believed in my music, and I guess that made me, go, I guess there's something to this little, thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I learned more songs through that, and the Austin Ukulele Society, with which is how we met.
Yay. Yeah.
We Bob of the Ukulele Society always put together new songs to teach all the time, and then my brother is also really into music.
Right.
And the EP I released last summer, the title track has him on it. He played all the guitar parts. He helped me with the lyrics and all. He has his own EP too called Remember When, if you want to go check that out. But, I started being around a lot of really supportive people, and my parents. I cannot undervalue how much my parents are supporting me to this day. Even doing stuff like my dad's like finishing up work or something in the other room right now. But when I was setting up, he would like yell out stuff to make sure I had everything going. They've been very supportive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that. But with all of that going on, I was playing for people and they were genuinely enjoying what I was doing. And I guess I just kind of that I don't know. I can't, especially what I was doing earlier. It's hard to put in words what happened, but I started to find that, hey, I like playing it this way. Like, hey, I like this Jake song, but what if I play it like that? I really like this. And about the same time, I started getting into different kinds of music. BTS, they just announced that they're going on a hiatus, but I got really into them. Um, um, I just got obsessed with their stuff. I got really into like popular music that's coming out of Japan. Like my friends that are into anime would show me stuff, and I wouldn't care about the anime at all. But the opening would be like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" And then and then stuff like Ichikanito, who's been nice enough to react to my covers of his songs. But
Oh.
he's got me into a totally different way of playing instruments that I did not know was possible.
Wait,
And
who is
with
this? Tell us
Oh,
about him.
he's
Yeah.
Ichikanito is this Japanese guitarist.
Okay.
And if you happen to listen to Machine Gun Kelly, he's
Oh.
produced the most recent song he put out. Otherwise,
Oh.
he blew up on YouTube with a bunch of short videos. But if you ever see me in my videos hit notes with my right hand, like the like that is
Oh.
from him.
Do a
That
li-
is from
do,
watching
do
too
a
much
little
of his
more
stuff.
of that. Do a little more of that. That's so
Like,
cool. What are you doing?
like
Wow.
stuff like that, where his influence
It's like a
really
lot of
started to get to me.
hammering with the right hand. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of it's basically it's hammer-ons and pull-offs, but with the right hand.
Uh-huh.
And I started getting into stuff that people didn't really do on ukulele much, just from the guitar world, and pop music from around the world, and I don't know. And it was about this point where all the music I'd written beforehand just kind of just came out of my head, right, and just appeared on the fingerboard. And this next song I'd like to play for you is probably the last song that came out this way. But what really inspired part of this was like BTS's messaging, especially for these 3 albums called Love Yourself. It was really like hopeful. It was like really about like, hey, you're cool, you're awesome, you should know that. They wrote 3 whole albums about that. And then the pandemic happened, right? And I'm sitting here. I had already written the song, but I hadn't really recorded it. I hadn't really done anything with it other than perform it. But suddenly, all this performing shut down. All this, I wasn't around all these really cool people that I didn't realize that was what kept me in music. What happened was the pandemic started, and it was like first 3 months. I basically ended up leaving the house much at all, and I was fortunate to be able to do that, but also wasn't like great for me either.
Sure. Yeah.
So it was about 3 months of like rediscovering, and like discovering new stuff, and then it got to me. I feel like I wasn't around other people, I wasn't performing. I would do the occasional live stream, but then school picked up. It got really busy. It just happened to be my last year of high school, and I was in all advanced classes. So with studying, I just did not play music pretty much at all. But there's this one song that I'd written, and it's called Rising Hope. And it kind of encapsulated the hopeful message of, not just BTS, but also of the ukulele community, right? It's always so wholesome. It's always so supportive of, all these performances I've been playing this song at, even before even releasing this song. And I don't know, I feel like that kind of kept me going. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because even though it didn't end up being the title track of the EP, this song is what sparked me to record something in the summer of 2021, even though that was coming out of a year basically of not playing at all, where I'd pretty much just put my instrument down, save for just a couple times for a month maybe. And that's what got me to start writing again, and start recording again. And I'm still kind of figuring it out from that. If you've been following me on Instagram, I kind of disappeared for 2 years. My YouTube is still really inactive. But
It's been a
this
weird 2
song-
years, So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But this song is kind of what kept me going in a lot of ways. And it's a song about something that you can always use more of. You can never have too much of. So you can never share it too much. So I try to play this song at every performance I have. So this one's called Rising Hope.
Awesome.
I hope you guys enjoy.
All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Woo! I love that spirit. I mean, I think that this is like, it's really key to sing about, what moves you. What's
Yes.
or not sing about, but express in your music what moves you and the message that you're trying to share. And I think that the early part of our musical journeys is a lot about just figuring out how to do it, right? Like the reason why we might learn, like Jake, or for me, I learned to sing by imitating either pop singers, or when I got into jazz, a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, and then I got into folk, a lot of Joni Mitchell. A lot of imitation is more about discovery of your own style. And then once you get to the point where you can express your own voice, then you get to deliver your message, right? What is it that you want to share? And one of the reasons why I've always, connected with Sho and enjoyed his music and supporting him is because I really feel the spirit coming through your music. So everybody, give it up for Sho. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm seeing all these supportive comments go by. It's literally filling. I'm looking on my phone like below me, and it's literally filling the whole live chat screen right now. And I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
And so that track is called Rising Hope.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's off of my EP Dream Again. If you look Show Humphreys on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music, it'll be there.
Yeah. And Terry, one of our moderators, put in the chat your website.
Oh,
Show
thank you very
Humphreys.com.
much. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you go to that website, it'll link you to whatever socials or my album or my EP. So,
Yeah. And, Sho is 19, which it blows my mind. That's amazing. You've been playing ukulele, what,
a
professionally,
decade.
probably longer than I have.
Really? That's wild to think about.
I know. But is going to music school now, right? And
Yes.
continuing to pursue music, which I think is amazing because, and like you said, your parents are supportive. I would say not every parent, my parents are watching this right now. Not
Yes.
every parent is necessarily supportive of that kind of career for their kid, or that kind of professional education. So I think it's awesome that you get that opportunity to do that.
For sure.
Yeah, and explore
and I
what you're going to do with what you want to do with it, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if we have time, I just want to take a little bit to say what made me realize, that I had to do this music thing, right? Because, obviously, even with, really supportive parents, they themselves are like, hey, it's not a normal job. You have to be on top of things. You have to know what's going on. Are you really ready to do that? And of course, like a lot of other people were like, musician? What's that? Can you eat? Can you eat that? Career? Like, right? So, but
I've heard
I
that
think,
before.
but and, I've been performing for a long time, but I think it was my last year of high school that really sold it for me because I actually was like an academic kid. I tried hard in school, at least for a bit. Tried to take the advanced class, and I was like, I'm gonna get a scholarship to go to college. But I realized I really hated that. I was really only thinking about like being an engineer or whatever, solely in terms of money. I was only thinking about it in terms of money. I didn't think about it in terms of anything else. It was like, why would you? That's the only reason why people work. And then I realized that other people around me were, they were studying in school because they really enjoyed whatever they were thinking about. They're like, yeah, I want to study an engineer, and that's why I'm trying so hard in school. And it's like, okay, that's not me. That's not me at all. And if I go down that route, I'm just going to be pretending to be something I'm not for the rest of my life, which that doesn't sit well with me.
I have to say,
So
I'm
it's like,
really proud of you for figuring that out so early, because, and I'm sure other folks in the chat can, have similar stories or know people like this. But some people, they work their entire lives at something and realize that it's actually not something they enjoy, right? And obviously, some people have situations where they need to work and just take whatever job that they can find.
I mean, that's probably most people. I'm lucky that I even have the chance to be able to go like, hey, I like this. I want to do this. I'm going to do that.
Right.
But
yeah, there's an important, I think, crossroads that we all come to, which is the time that I'm spending, doing whatever it is, 8 hours a day, right? Is it feeding my soul?
Yes.
Can I continue being a well-rounded human being if I keep doing this? And I think it's important for everyone just to realize that the time is the most important commodity that we have, and it is the resource that goes away with no chance of getting it back. So the time that you spend, the more time you spend doing the thing you love, the more chance you have at finding success in it. But if you already love it, then you're rewarded simply by doing it, right? And that's the most important thing, right? Follow your passion, right? Is this feeding your soul right now? And then the more time and and effort that you put into it, then the better you get at it. And you know, it's hard to measure what is success, right? And if you're measuring it
Yes.
purely on making a living, like, that doesn't account for everything, you know? So it's always a balance. And I think, you know, your parents are wise to say, do you know what it takes to be a professional musician and make a career of this? But you know, underlying all of that is the fact that you know that this is something that's rewarding for you, right? And then you don't want to
Hmm.
invest your time into something that you know is not rewarding for you. So I think that's really important, and I'm just really proud of you for figuring that out early.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, I I mean, you know, you're young. You're lucky that you made this decision now, and also down the line, you might find that you change paths, and that's
Hmm.
totally okay as long as you know you're still feeling like it is. You know, you're making steps in line with what feeds your soul and brings balance to your life. But there's, for you know, those of us who are older, right? There's this cartoon where in the top frame, you know, the character is saying like, you know, they tell you that how bad things will be if you pursue an artistic life, right? But then in the bottom frame, then the character is say, but they don't tell you how bad it will be if you don't pursue it, right?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. That for people who I think are of a creative nature, that, or, you know, whatever your passion is, that to be told to go the other direction, right? And always look back and be like, but that's what I want, you know? You don't want to wait too long to do that, to look back and say like, actually, yeah, let's go that original direction that I know that I wanted to go. So, yeah.
Safe
These are the
advice.
conversations I like to have, and I hope that's okay with everybody, you know? Just keep creating, empowering other people to create, support the creators that you see. And you can see, you know, Sho talked about not only his parents supporting him, but his community supporting him. And, you know, shout out to my community who has supported me so much. And it makes all the difference in the world, you know? And on YouTube, especially, you put your videos out into the world and you have no idea if people are going to see them or support them. And then when you start getting the support, it really does give you the confidence to keep going. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for supporting. Thank you to Sho for being here. Sho, do you want to play another song before we do our duet? Or we could do our duet and then you could play us out with something spectacular.
All right.
You want to do
Um,
that? The
let's do that then.
duet first, and then you'll
Yeah,
wow
let's do
us with
duet and
something.
then yeah,
Okay.
I can play us out.
Okay. Oh, here's a question. Does Sho have a Patreon?
I
Hmm.
do not have a Patreon. I'm glad that you're asking though. I'm glad that you are even thinking about giving me money to support something like that. I was thinking about it back when I was like uploading regularly to YouTube. But right now I feel like I'm just rebuilding like, hey, what is Sho Humphreys the artist? What do they do?
Mm-hmm.
And I will definitely announce it if I make one. But in the meantime, if you want to support me, I do have merch and albums you can buy on Bandcamp or Teespring if you're into that kind of thing.
Yay!
And I am really grateful for anyone who does like go out of their way to do that, because especially in an age where like, well, I didn't live back then, so I don't know if this is really true or not. But like as a musician, making a living is like your music still doesn't make money. It's really just about like, does your community choose to support you because they believe in you as an artist?
That's always been the case
Yeah.
from the very beginning. It's quite unfortunate, but musicians, we do it because we love it. We don't do it.
Yeah.
Some musicians find musical success, but for the most part, music is considered to be free, right?
And
And
that's not a bad thing.
that's not a
I
bad
don't think.
thing. That's not a bad thing. I think music is just a gift of humankind, right? The fact that we can make music and that it lifts people up, that it expresses our souls, it is a gift of humanity, right? That we create music and we share it, and I think it's really important to share it, right? That we don't feel restricted from sharing it. We're not sharing it for the purpose of making money, right? We're sharing it for the
Yes.
purpose of sharing what's inside of us. But where was I going with this? Was it about Patreon to start with?
Yeah, it was about Patreon to start with. You have a Patreon, right?
Where was I starting with this? Somebody can lead me back to the original. The Patreon is really, it's about the support. Well, have you heard this theory of 1,000 true fans?
1,000 true fans, yes.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be famous. You just need 1,000 people that really dig your music and
That's
really dig
correct.
who you are.
That's
Because
correct.
then they keep supporting you. If one person likes one song from you but doesn't really care about anything else you do, that's just one song, one stream on Spotify maybe.
Right.
Right? That's just a number. But a fan is someone who's really invested in your music.
Yeah.
You might meet them at a show, and they'll support you, and you support them with your music. And
Right. Yeah, this all led back to music being like a free thing. Yeah. And so keep sharing the music, and you don't need to expect to get paid for the music. But it really is actually this relationship with the fans that in the end will support you in having a music career, right? So for those of you out there who haven't heard this theory of 1,000 true fans, for, say, a creative person, if you can get 1,000 people to say spend $100 a year on tickets, on your merch, on your music, whatnot, then you can make $100,000 a year, and that is a pretty good living for an artist. So let's say those 1,000 people aren't giving you $100, but half of that. That's still a living for an artist, and it's not necessarily about being on the radio or being on a major label, but just finding those 1,000 people who are willing to support you no matter what you do. And I found that pretty early on. Actually, it wasn't early at all. It probably took at least 10 years of me being in the music business in order to find those 1,000 fans. But once that happened for me, then I felt complete freedom to pursue what I wanted to create. And there's no better feeling than being able to pursue your art with complete freedom. So thank you. Thank you to folks. Definitely the folks in the chat are amongst those 1,000 fans, those true fans. And we'll keep building up your fan base there, Sho. So, the thing is, your talent alone, right? I know that you put a lot of hard work into your playing. Your talent combined with your spirit, right? Your desire to play, to share, to lift people up with your music, that is going to help you build your community of fans. And so I feel very confident that you're going to be able to do what you want to do, and I will
Thank
keep
you.
supporting you for sure.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And thank you very much, all of you that are watching. There's so many meaningful comments and all coming by, and it's just really nice to see.
Yeah.
That there's this community here of 40 people. That's I don't think I could fit that into the room in front of me. When it's a number, it doesn't seem impressive, but that's 40 people that have been here pretty much since the beginning and stayed on. That
Yeah.
That's our audience tonight, and I really appreciate you guys for coming out to watch the show in this little virtual space that we've created.
All right, shall we try our duet?
Yes, we should
Okay.
probably try our duet, and that'll probably be the end of it. We're
What? No, you're gonna play a song at the end. Yeah.
okay. If we got time for that.
Oh,
just-
100%. I want to hear it. I want to hear
Okay.
something from Sho at the end. We didn't practice this again. I'm
Yes.
gonna do that.
Yes, do that.
We're gonna attempt to do this. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, just a heads up that we're gonna do Blackbird by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Classic song, love it. But we know it in different keys, so just keep that in mind as we
Yeah.
play this.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. All right, here we go. Yeah. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night.
Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. That's right, I was supposed to play a chord.
Alright, nice job.
All right, we'll give it up for ourselves. Yes.
I feel like it's always good to applaud yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's go be part of the spirit.
Well, that's the thing actually about being an independent musician is you do kind of have to be your biggest fan, and it's hard to do. You know, it takes a certain level of confidence and vulnerability and shamelessness. It's hard to get to that point, but then after you get there, it's like, okay, this is what I am. I need to share it with you, and I need your support. You know, asking for people to help and support. It's something that once I got over the self-consciousness of doing it, it freed me. You know, then it's not so much about there's no pride in it. You know, it's like, this is what I do, and I would love for you to support me so that I can keep doing it. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Let's turn it over to Sho for one. Hana ho, everybody. Hana ho. And,
Thank you.
and
here I am again, emerging from backstage when the curtains go up. And I'm seeing these comments. about one comparing me to their son in a good way, and another one saying complimenting my voice. I appreciate that. Thank you. And all these clapping emojis too. Thank you. If you want to hear more of my voice, I am not going to perform it today. But Dream Again is a song I have out where I am singing. And for me, it's kind of a first step, a little baby step, in a direction that I want to go, where I want to combine this kind of ukulele playing with lyrics. Because, I have 4 strings, and if I'm also playing the melody with one of them, then I only really have 3 strings to play the ukulele. But if I can sing, I can add lyrics and one more string onto my playing. So that's just something I'm exploring right now. If you've seen on Instagram, just a little bit of that maybe. So I'll be writing more. I'll be hopefully sharing more of that in the months to come.
I love it.
But for now, I wanted to close with another song from Making Summer Memories, the album. I wrote this about the same time as Making Summer Memories, so like 6 or 7 years ago, when I was first starting to perform. And I was like, man, it's so awesome to be in this music town. Because if you don't know, Austin, Texas sells itself as the live music capital of the world. And, COVID did hit that pretty hard, but it still got a huge music scene. And it was just super cool to see artists just living their weird selves. Keep Austin weird. That's
Keep Austin weird, yes.
And it was just really awesome to see. And I was like, man, this is paradise. It's not perfect, but it's paradise in its own musical way. So it's like, let's write a song about that. Just the joy of performing. So this song is all about that. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoyed 5 at 5. Here's the 6th song. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm Sho Humphreys. If you want to listen to my music, just look up Sho Humphreys. It might be a little hard to spell. It's Humphies. Otherwise, you can probably put in Ukulele SHO and it'll come up. Wherever you like to just find music. And yeah, if you feel like supporting me, I do have an album or 2 available for purchase if you're into that kind of thing, or an online t-shirt store. And if you're in Austin, I hope to see, or in Texas in general, I hope to see you around at some shows. And thank you once again, Cynthia Lynn, for having me on the show.
I think we'll be seeing more of Sho for sure.
I would be very honored.
All right, everybody give it up one more time. Thank you so much, Sho.
Thank you.
It's just so fun to spend time with you and hear about your journey and see you following your passion. And I can't wait to see where you go next.
Thank you.
Okay, let's wave bye to everybody, and I will end the stream here. Yeah. Are you waving also? I can't tell.
I'm waving too. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much. Love y'all.
This is too funny and like coordinated.
Keep strumming.
Okay. So